Hello and welcome back, you machine checkers and total deckers. The NieR Automata Part 3, the third playthrough, brought to you by YorHa Commentaries, and NieR is finally coming too, after an extensive and very quirky boot-up sequence. It resulted in an unusual exchange between pods 042 and 153.
Location was deemed too dangerous, thus said unit was transported to current location. All system checks and reactivation complete.
Operator.
What were you guys talking about? Oh, nothing. Don't you worry, your pretty little head, 9S.
Oh.
He was still wondering if Operator 210 was okay.
Tower access authentication key acquired.
Yay.
Oh, sweet!
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly how we got the key, because as I recall, the last thing that we did was almost get, strangled by Operator 210. It's conceivable that she had the access key, and then upon suffering death at the hands of A2 and her awesome sword, which she doesn't actually have because I unequipped the sword, which is supposed to be 2B sword, that, we have access to the key. And now that we have the third key, we're going to go back to the transport unit, and we're going to go to the city ruins in order to finish this once and for all. The beginning of the end is finally here, Mr. Gerdad. We have the keys. And now it's time to rock and roll.
So is Ganondorf going to be behind the doors, or is he going to be behind us?
Huh. Bet you were expecting me at the top of the tower. Foolish child.
Well, no,
Now,
because Ocarina of Time's big twist is that Ganondorf follows you into the sacred realm and then takes it over.
Now remember, this is a point of no return. Once you go into the tower, you are headed to the end of the game. So be absolutely sure you're ready before you try any of this, really. Happy to point you in the right direction. Ta-ta! Okay, there's
Yeah,
the
you
locks.
gotta go to each of the three pillars surrounding it.
Yay. So I guess you could do this at any time as long as you had each of the keys, but of course you can't proceed any further because at least one of these units would be locked if you did not get all of the access keys from the resource recovery unit. Also, you cannot get that item behind the tower.
Yes, you can.
No, you can't. The game, I'm pretty sure that that item is there due to the game's auto-generation system that loads items every time you boot the game up. But it just so happened to put it in a place that's inaccessible because of this goddamn barrier around the tower. Begin hacking.
Okay.
You have 25 more seconds in order to traverse this blocky maze. Blockhead. Let me at him. Let me at him. Alright, these stupid barriers are in the way. I want to shoot him. I want to boop him and a beep him. Come on, you're running out of time. Get to the fucking finish line, silly.
You managed to just barely do it.
Yes. And all you would have had to do, is, of course, was just try again, if in the event that you got locked out by the system, and suffering a little damage, because that's what happens to you when you fail a hack attempt. You take a little damage. Regardless of the type of unit that repels your hacking attempt.
Oh, and now we get to see the timer, okay?
No, we could always see the timer. But just because it's there doesn't mean we're necessarily paying any attention to it.
Okay.
Okay,
so
that's
the final
2.
one is that one.
Are you counting, 9S? You got 1, 2, And there's the third one.
Another copper ore.
Stop making fun of me. You're exploiting the fact that I have feelings.
See, the timer doesn't actually show up immediately once you start breaking the blocks. It takes like 2 seconds in order to actually show up.
Okay, now can we access the stupid fucking tower? Yay.
Okay, go behind.
That means a special prize is waiting for you inside the tower. We look forward to serving you.
The stupid Ganondorf barrier is still up.
Alert. Enemy caution level rising.
For real, bro?
Slightly concerned over Unit 9S getting
Quick,
access to
let's
tower.
try attacking him in slow motion. Assholes. It's resetting my hack progress. Now what of us? These guys are relatively high level, which means that dispatching them may take some time, but in the time it takes for us to defeat these foes, we'll lose all of our hack progress.
So, I know that we've seen spear, katana, and fists. Are there any other weapon types that we have not actually seen?
I think we've just about seen them all by now. I mean, we haven't seen all the... We haven't quite seen all the enemy types in this game. Even at this point, oh, there are still enemy types that are just waiting for us.
Wait, you?
9S, we've been expecting you.
To think he actually doubted him for a second.
You need to open the door to the tower.
Devil? Albala? What are you doing here?
Remember your promise?
What are you talking about?
Come on, 9S.
Oh, thank goodness. We have an abundance of time to have this neat little dialogue exchange.
We'll explain everything once we're
Also
inside.
observe that even though these two are on the battlefield, you still cannot go around to the back of the tower and get past the barrier that's blocking the item. I told you that item was blocked off. It
But
sucks.
you're incorrect. It's still blocked off at the moment, but it's definitely accessible. It is definitely accessible at an earlier point in the game, or immediately after you have disabled the tower's barrier.
I mean, thankfully, it's easily an item of no consequence.
That's
Probably
true,
like a crystal
but
or,
still.
or a rusted piece of scrap. Such is the case with the auto-generated items, is that they are extremely missable.
We've got this, 9S.
Okay, now hack. See, you have an unlimited amount of time in order to complete this hack. Well, you proceed down a corridor as long as the proverbial dick of this tower.
Nah, it's not quite that long. I mean, this tower is at least 2 miles high, right?
I mean, it is pretty fucking tall. I mean, maybe not a matter of miles. I would say 2,000 feet. I would say that this tower is 2,000 feet
Just
tall.
under half a mile, really?
Well, yeah, because miles is a measure of horizontal distance usually. That's the function of the mile. I mean, sure, it can describe any distance in any direction, but this is well, I mean, in a way, you are like walking up the tower, I guess.
Analysis. It is part of a closed defensive system.
Well, how do I break it down?
Hypothesis. Unit 9S could permit this self-consciousness data to lose control. The resulting energy surge has an acceptable probability of temporary...
So we're actually going to get a double trigger for our hacking segments?
Double trigger. Well, before we get crushed in by the impenetrable balls of doom.
What happened?
However, 9S's ego is too strong, and he refuses to give up his self-consciousness.
Don't! You can't do anything! The wall's got a self-closing
Enough!
algorithm!
Devil and I, we have to atone for our sins no matter what.
So I wonder if these are technically Undine and Salamander.
Right.
Throw the bastard inside.
Whoosh!
I hope you don't regret this.
And in the next episode,
part, story time.
be safe, everybody.